Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Blue Dragon 5 here, your humble host, this star-studded, filmtastic installment of Disney Debates Oscars Edition. Tonight's categories are: which Disney film deserved a Best Picture nomination? Who gave the Oscar-winning voice performance? And which Disney character should host the Oscars? Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, not only are we basking in the afterglow of the Academy Awards, but also kicking off our own major event. A little something I like to call Trials of the Hyperion. A three-part tournament to determine once and for all who the new Disney Debates champion really is. The winner of this debate will face the winner of the next episode of Disney Debates in an epic conclusion, with fun twists and turns at every corner. What fun! Speaking of which, put on your tuxedos or your designer gowns and board the great movie ride that still exists in our hearts as we make our way to the arena to meet our nominees. In this corner, the rookie contender stealing hearts and selling medicated bumper ointment. Dynaco hopeful, Mickeyfan!
Hello. I'm here to continue my streak. Yeah, that's about it.
And in the opposing corner, the underdog from under the pumpkin sun. Give it up for the people's champion, Sandy Claus! Oh, I'm really scared.
Wow, I've never been called that before. I've won like maybe 3 times during the entire run of. Anyways, I really appreciate it.
I'm also joined by my fellow Academy voters, Tiki and Jacob Weil.
Hello. Hey there.
Hello.
I'm just excited I don't have to do anything this podcast. It's like a vacation for me.
Heck, I made the thumbnails even.
Right. I literally did the least work out of this podcast. I mean, I'm controlling the images, but that's about
what
it.
I'm saying. Don't pull a Homer Simpson on that job. I don't want you to fall like sleep, be a little too complacent during this, okay?
I'm good.
All right. So how we doing, fellas? How we doing this fine star-studded evening?
I'm doing really, really well.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So a little refresher on the rules for the folks joining us at home. Let's shout those fellows out. You know, we have, of course, we have a monkey in the comments, one of our compatriots, and we have Claude Karinga. Man, it's Claudie.
Hello, Claude.
Nice.
All right. So, folks, a little refresher. So we got 3 rounds, basically, in which we will kind of go around like this. We're going to our 2 participants. They're going to reveal their pick. Then they will give their opening statement. Of course, the opening statement basically get all the stuff you want to get in. They kind of bolster your thing, get all the positive points out there. It's going to lay out your argument, so to speak. Then it's a fight to the finish. Our other little co-host here, a little Academy voter, R2. He's the bell.
He's basically the person that plays the music to shorten the speech.
Exactly. When R2 speaks up, when he plays the music, it's time to call it quits, and it's time for my fellow. Basically, it'll be deliberation time amongst the tribunal. It is Tiki, myself, and Jacob Weil. So at the end of 3 rounds, we go to our optional feature, the gold coin.
The Yas coin.
Well, I mean, sure. Yeah.
I like the gold coin. I'm going to stick with the gold coin. I'm making a rule here.
So you don't like my puns?
I just think the gold coin sounds more official and cool.
So essentially, folks, gold coin, quite simple. Lands heads, you gain a point. Lands tails, not so lucky.
Is there a hidden coin?
Funny you should ask. There is a surprise bonus coin hidden in one of the rounds. Which one? You'll have to stay tuned to find out. So essentially, folks, the hidden coin will go to the winner of the previous round, because at the end of the rounds, we'll check for the coin and see if it's there or not. So We'll see. All right. So, of course, first to 5 points wins the game, and will face the winner of the next debate in kind of the big epic conclusions. I think that's the big thing to add out there. And, of course, the victor of the whole shebang of the Trials of the Hyperion will be crowned the new champion and receive the Elias belt. All right, so gentlemen, do you understand these rules as I have explained them to each of you here this fine evening?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
Wait, what?
All right, Jacob just getting around.
All right, so let's go to the randomizer. Let's find out who's going to start this party off right.
Oh boy. All right.
Sandy.
Okay.
All right, Dragon, just checking. Are we going to need the randomizer again in the speed round or anything?
No.
Away with you. All right, Sandy goes first.
All right. What's the first category?
Okay, it's main event time, round number 1. So it's been so long since an animated movie has gotten a Best Picture nomination. You know what? I think we should remedy that with this question. Our first category, round number 1.
Exactly 10 years.
Yes. Which animated Disney film deserves a Best Picture nomination? Little proviso here. Anything's on the table since 1991. So that's when Beauty and the Beast kind of struck it big and kind of historically, kind of like made the nomination for Best Picture. So basically, that's what we're working with. Year 91 onward. What Disney film should have gotten the nomination? Everything was on the table, animated, of course. So yeah.
All right. I go first.
Yes. What do you got?
I have the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Show me the Hunchback. Okay.
96.
And
Excellent.
I have Frozen.
Fans got Frozen. Okay.
Hellfire versus Cold Chills.
Someone call the Miser Brothers. Okay, Sandy. Whenever you're ready for your opening statement to dazzle us all.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame is a celebration of story, music, technical achievement, color, character, everything. It is one of the most beautifully created animated films Disney has ever produced. The story is absolutely magnificent. It pulls your heartstrings. It makes you question morals, human morals. It gives us so many wonderful, rich characters that I think are very underrated. Including Quasimodo, of course, and Esmeralda, and it's such a rich representation of how an animated film can be represented. Disney, they like to play it safe most of the time, and I feel with this they really stepped out, took a risk, and I think it really paid off in a really big way.
Okay. Mickeyfan.
All right. So the reason I chose Frozen was that I don't think it is a serious contender for Best Picture, but purely for the cultural phenomenon it was, for the respect it garnered in the public perception and in Hollywood, for how it told its story, for what it did with the Snow Queen story. It is 100% deserving of a nomination. Do I think it would win? Absolutely not. But, it's the Ford versus Ferrari of that year. It's a movie that, gets that nod. It totally deserving of that nod. But, it's purely for that. I think it, as a cultural phenomenon, as a amazing story, as a wonderful story, as a well acted story, as a well performed story, it is 100% deserving of a nomination to be considered among the best pictures of the year.
Okay. All right, boys. Fire and ice. Let's fight it out.
Well, like I said, The Hunchback of Notre Dame is a risk that Disney took. I mean, this film deals with so much, so many heavy topics. Deals with lust, with murder, with just the unjust human morals that plague have plagued mankind for as long as the Earth has been spinning. And it's just the story and how it all gets pulled together is just so beautiful. The scenery, the painting, the colors, of the city. It's absolutely stunning. The performances, the character designs, it all pulls together and makes something that's really, really beautiful. I think of course Frollo is one of the best Disney villains of all time, just because he's over the top, but not in a classical Disney way. He's over the top in the sense that he's just so incredibly evil, but he's evil in a human way, and evil in a way that Disney doesn't usually play out their villains, and I think that's what makes him so strong.
You know, one word: gargoyles. They genuinely bring the entire movie down.
Oh, I disagree.
You know, I adore Hunchback. I would think it would be a perfect film were it not for those gargoyles.
One word: Olaf. This kind of brings the entire movie down.
I don't disagree. Like I said, I don't think it would have won, but I think it's 100% deserving of the nomination just because of how it took over everything. You know, it was the biggest thing of 2013. It would, you couldn't go anywhere without hearing "Let It Go." Like how do you not give at least the nod to something that resonated with that many people?
Okay, I mean, I agree. The gargoyles are kind of that kind of classic Disney sidekick thing, but I don't think it brings the movie down. I mean, I think, I mean, you've got, this is a Disney movie. You've got to have some kind of Disney goofballery in there somewhere. That's bound to happen. The fact that this movie steps out and does so many other kind of unconventional things that Disney never does, or usually does not do, is I just don't think I don't think it's a strong enough argument to say it brings the entire movie down. The gargoyles are only in the movie for a small portion. It's not like they're leading characters, and it all comes back to, just like Olaf and Frozen. I mean, these are just goofy side characters that are just there to bring some lightheartedness to the intense situations going on within the plot. And this, again, at the end of the day, is a kids movie, and the fact that Disney was doing all of this within the story, within the plot, with these characters in a kids movie, I think I wouldn't remove the gargoyles from the story. The talking gargoyles, the really goofy gargoyles that are in the film. I think what we got is completely justified for having those in there.
Well, you mentioned that Hunchback did a lot of things that were out of left field, but so did Frozen. It had, your main relationship wasn't a romance; it was two sisters. Your obvious love interest was the villain. You had, the person who ended up becoming your love interest was, this really goofy guy who, in the Renaissance probably would have been a generic side character.
Well, it's a good argument, but maybe Frozen did step out and do something different, but not in the kind of really strong and just kind of shocking way that Hunchback did. I mean, like I said, Hunchback is a film that deals with lust, with murder, with human morals that we all know but don't like to talk about within the context of Disney movies. I think loving your sister is something that's easy to play, a lot safer than something like what Hunchback deals with, and I think it's something we can all agree with as well.
Oh, absolutely. But sometimes you just want something a little sweeter. You want something, you want just a good relationship between sisters. Like I said earlier, I adore Hunchback, but I have to be in a very specific mood to be able to watch it. Frozen, you can be in basically any mood and watch it and enjoy it as a film, enjoy it as a movie, enjoy it as a genuine good movie. Whereas Hunchback, me personally, I have to be in kind of this contemplative state. I have to be thinking about the world when I watch it.
Yeah.
And
well, this is a category for best picture, isn't it? So
yeah,
when you watch a movie, you want to be able to think. Movies should make people think. That is what I think. I think movies should make people think. It's not something you should just sit there and watch and say, "Oh, that looks nice. I'm just going to kind of daze off here and just look at the talking snowman." A movie should really make you think. And Disney movies, especially in this era, you had movies like Aladdin and Little Mermaid. They don't really make you, even Beauty and the Beast, they don't make you think like what a really strong movie should. A movie like Hunchback does. Hunchback, that really makes you think. It makes you question humanity as a whole. It makes you question quick character and makes you question the storytelling and what the characters are going to do to handle these different situations, what the payoffs are going to be for how they handle situations, and how are things going to be justified for these characters and within the story. And I think it's not one of those things that can be really easy to predict. I mean, I think it's pretty easy to predict that they're going to be sisters and they're going to be friends in the end. I think it's not a huge plot twist.
Yeah, I think that even any good piece of art should make you think, but like even a basic thought is still a thought. Like as someone with a sister, that movie Frozen makes me think about my relationship with her as someone who has a lot of memories of childhood with my sister. That makes me think about those. Like, just because it's a simple thought, it still makes me think, and it makes me reminisce, and it makes me consider about, where we are now and how close.
Yeah, you're right. A basic thought is still a basic thought. I mean, I can go to the bathroom and look into the toilet, and it's still a basic thought. It's making me think, but it's not really something that's motivating my mind and making me question these different scenarios and these different characters. And this all ties back into human moral, which is something, and just humanity, which is something that the movie deals so much with.
Well, and Frozen does have a lot of humanity. You have some people are worth melting for. You have that's when you genuinely think about it, that is an extremely powerful idea that there are people in your life who you will sacrifice everything to get to. You will do anything for them to the point of killing yourself to save them. Like, I think that that's just as much a powerful thought as of the nature of humanity and of the of morals, of religious persecution, of all of everything presented in Hunchback. There's just as much validity in the sibling relationship, in the idea that there are people in your life that are worth killing yourself to save.
Yeah, I mean, it's Yeah, you're right. But that's also a very, very common Disney trend is, sacrificing yourself to save someone else. It's very common. It's not something new within the Disney world. I mean, you can find that in most any movie, like Little Mermaid, for example. I mean, Eric is going to go and save Ariel, and he's going to risk his life to do it. Same with Aladdin. He's going to go save Jasmine. He risks his life against Jafar, the giant snake, or the giant whatever to save Jasmine. Sacrificing your life is not something that's new within the Disney canon.
Well, but notice your Ariel for Eric and Ariel and Aladdin and Jasmine. Those are romantic plots. We're talking about siblings, which is something that Disney never really did before, other than Lilo and Stitch, which even then didn't go that far.
All right. I think we're good.
All right.
All right. Okay, we're going to go around. I'm going to start us off and kind of the ruling of the points here. Again, it's kind of a 3-point tier. Now that we have kind of 3 judges in the fray, going to take full advantage of that one. So I got to tell you, I was kind of flip-flopping on both sides here. It's a well-fought argument. Definitely a little bit of a warm-up round, but really well staked stuff, guys. Opening statements really on fire, and I feel just kind of kept going back and forth in that regard. So I was really leaning in Sandy's camp, but I got to tell you, I think Mickeyfan pulled off some really interesting saves later on, and I feel like a save I didn't really expect him to. So I'm gonna give my vote goes for Mickeyfan. Tiki.
Okay, Dragon, I'm with you. It was very back and forth. I'm just kind of judging this like a boxing match. You know what I mean? So, opening statement wise, I honestly think that Mickeyfan had the better opening statement, just because I felt like his was more original. Because with Sandy was basically just like, here's all the reasons we know everyone loves Hunchback. Whereas Mickeyfan, I love how Mickeyfan kind of zeroed into the whole. Like, well, it doesn't have to win Best Picture. It just has to be a crowd pleaser that's nominated for Best Picture. I love the Ford v Ferrari poll. That's a man after my own heart. I don't like Ford versus Ferrari that much, but I love that poll.
Cultural phenomenon.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I feel like Sandy basically ran circles around Mickeyfan for the entire middle section of the debate.
Yeah, I got that too.
Mickeyfan didn't really have a lot to contribute other than like, well, it's a good crowd pleaser. And by the time that Mickeyfan was defending himself, I felt like Sandy had already kind of outpaced him, because I felt like it was kind of like, well, you think Hunchback's deep? Well, Frozen's deep too. So I got to tell you, like, in terms of just a solid front to bottom argument, I feel like Mickeyfan was kind of trying to play catch up to the deepness and thought provoking nature of Hunchback. And he kind of abandoned his original crowd pleasing thing. So because of that, I've got to go Sandy. I think Sandy was more consistent.
This is very interesting. Jacob, it's all on you, man. Where are you coming down on it?
Well, no pressure or anything.
It was close. It was close.
It was. Again, it could really go either way. They were really.
Just promise that whoever I choose doesn't hate me.
No promises.
Okay, no pressure. I mean, I see the general consensus like on both of yours, it's the classic artistic merit versus crowd pleasing route. I mean, obviously, Hunchback and Frozen kind of falls into both. Like, both were highly praised upon release and also very popular. And sometimes, I'm one of the people that believes that like films can just like, not every film has to have this deep philosophical meaning, and sometimes it can just be like, fun experiences. I mean, that's what life's about, right? That's just how I look at things. Not that every film should be just just mindless experiences or anything, but that's just what I'm looking at. In terms of arguments, though, I do agree that Mickeyfan did have a decent opening argument with the whole crowd pleasing argument. The whole crowd pleasing argument that should at least have earned a nomination. That was definitely a unique approach. Although I think in terms of like actual terms of merits and everything, I think Sandy did in fact argue stronger near the middle, but Mickeyfan did pick up near the end too. But like I said, I think at that point he had already like Sandy like if it was like a race, like Sandy would have already bring the whole Ford versus Ferrari thing. I think he would have like already lapped him several times by that point.
Mm-hmm. That's how I felt too. Yeah.
I mean, if you're using boxing, I'm kind of using a racing term.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, although it's kind of hard to choose between the films themselves, I think for argument wise, I might have to go with Sandy in this case.
Okay.
All right, so Sandy gets the first point.
All right. A few things in the comments. Claude Coringa says Lion King, Princess and the Frog, Little Mermaid, a Goofy movie, all should have been nominated, and also Pocahontas for the same reasons as Hunchback.
The Little Mermaid wouldn't have been eligible though.
Yeah, it wouldn't have
That's
been, 'cause it
true.
would be
That's true.
great,
Yeah.
I love Goofy movie is like a dark horse nomination in there. Like
would
for the
never
same
happen,
kind of-
but I love the thought of
I
it.
know.
Though.
I know.
It's
I do.
very-
Never happen.
Very out of left field, but like when you think about it,
You gotta remember, what his competition is. Toy Story would have
It'd be
gotten
like
a
the little.
nomination.
I know, but
Yeah.
Goofy movie would have been like the Little Miss Sunshine nomination.
Oh,
It would
yeah.
have been.
I mean, there's things like Lilo and Stitch, Brendan and the Frog, Tangled, all that stuff. All there's like Zootopia. Even I probably would have gone with Zootopia.
There were a
Right.
lot of solid options for sure.
Also, Sandy, I believe you were talking about this in relation to like the sidekicks. I love the term goofballery.
yes.
And to be fair, Olaf actually does contribute more to the plot than the gargoyles do.
That's the thing.
That
Okay,
is true. Yeah.
It
I'm
took
glad
a
you bring that up.
lot for me to hold back a chuckle when you said goofballery.
Okay,
Now, guys, I do have two notes for you. I'm going to keep it simple. Just two notes to keep in mind, just given how close this thing was. Sandy, you really, again, I think you were going really great during the whole thing. But honestly, when you made the toilet analogies, when you're starting to lose me after Mickey, you kind of lost me. But that's not the. That's
I
not
liked
the
how
criticism.
sassy that was. Honestly,
I mean,
That's what I'm saying. It was
that's-
sassy, but it was kind of sassy without the punctuation. It was kind of sassy without really a point, though. That's
Well,
what
I
that's
mean-
what really threw me.
I mean, that's kind of where I got the whole my analogy about like life is like movies can just be experiences without having to have a deep philosophical meaning kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's where Mickeyfan, I feel, kind of swooped in for it.
What was so sassy?
The toilet
The-
joke.
Yeah, it's like talking about like how movies can have deep thoughts, and then like you're talking about like, well, it's like a single thought. I can look at my toilet, and that's a thought.
Yeah, I didn't quite get that. That's my problem. And then Mickey Fans kind of countered it, but I will bet he kind of took the whole.
I didn't get it
maybe
either,
the-
but I appreciated like the
Well,
wit and sassiness of the moment.
But anyway, that's not the note. I just wanted to mention that.
Mickeyfan, we should honor the stuff that makes us think or something like that. And I said, well, I get up and look in the toilet and I'm thinking about that, and that's still a thought, but I'm not going to honor it.
God.
Okay, look, my the actual point though, Sandy, is you kind of. I would have loved more examples of Hunchback itself. You just kind of again, that was the other thing that was kind of leading me towards the Mickey Fan direction, where I kept hearing like the whole, it's got beautiful design work. I kept hearing like it has something along the lines of it. Basically, it has all deals in morals, man. Deals in morals. I would have liked an example of said morals. I think that might have just helped you a little bit.
I heard
But
an
again,
example.
I heard Fro. That was the main example. I heard Fro,
Yeah, that
and
was the
later on.
main
I got
example,
lust
yeah.
and murder. I didn't quite get like anything deeper than like I didn't get any scene from the movie or anything. Not that he needed it, I guess.
You
at
didn't
the end
even
of
bring
the
up
day, but-
Hellfire.
That's what I'm saying. Like that didn't really. Again, it's his choice, though. I'm just saying, like maybe something to consider. Your call, whatever you want to do there. Okay.
Hellfire, man, Hellfire.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, that's pretty much an instant win.
Well, it's not good. Okay.
Just kidding. I know.
I'm gonna be honest. I had a bit of an oh crap moment when Tiki told me that it was going to be Hunchback that I had to argue against.
Okay, so yeah, with the no, I honestly think the turning point in the whole fight for me, the thing that could have turned it around, is the Olaf point.
Yes.
To me, I think that would have been Mickey Fan's opportunity to be like, No, Olaf is a lot deeper than you give
Yeah.
him credit for.
You didn't stand by your snowman, man.
Well,
That
and
was my point.
instead you were
got
like, yeah,
there.
you're right. You're right.
I
Well, I mean,
got back there. I got to some people are worth melting for.
Eventually, but yeah, you get okay. And first of all, the some
He's
people are worth milk. I thought you were really milking the some people are worth milk.
Oh, I thought that was
milk.
good. That was good.
I thought that was kind of like pulling at straws myself. I don't know.
Oh,
You could've,
that was beautiful, man.
Oh God.
You could have used the whole. He's actually just like a symbolic character kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. The point is,
Okay,
there's
and then
food for thought, guys.
also, I thought that Sandy did a really excellent job arguing for the benefits of the gargoyles, like, you know, that they're the one thing that's kind of pulling the kids along in this really dark story. I thought, like, obviously, I'm sure Sandy knew that the gargoyle attack was coming, so he did a really good job, like, you know, counteracting that punch. And then also just to get it out on record because we're talking about it, Lilo and Stitch did the sibling thing better than Frozen did. I will never not say that.
Yeah, but the
Anyway.
movie would be worse without Stitch. So
No, I honestly don't know. I think I could honestly just watch the whole movie of just
Like-
Lilo and Nani, but
I can watch that entire movie if it was just the backgrounds. I love.
oh God.
Oh,
Yeah.
the color backgrounds just ugh.
All right, guys, I'm sensing kind of a problem with these with so many people, so let's just kind of like rein it in, you know, like the one person speak at a time here.
Okay.
Because this judging thing is going on a little longer than it should, just for future
Okay.
reference.
All right,
Okay.
Tiki, hand me the envelope, would you?
For the hidden coin. All right, the envelope. All right, sure.
Okay,
Here,
thank you.
pass it
okay.
off.
and
Okay.
the award goes
It was
to
very
Let
convincing.
me look. Let me look in here, and no coin, guys. Sorry.
Oh.
and the
All right.
Oscar goes to Sandy.
All right, moving on to the next round. So, you know what, guys? The Oscars, they need to widen the scope of performance. And Tiki and I, we've been saying this for years. You know, like Andy Serkis, he should have gotten a nomination. You know, like we got to give Doug Jones a nomination, man. We got to open up the parameters of which we kind of judge performance by these days. You know what? Another step of that would be voice performance.
Oscar
Is
so
key.
live action.
Yes, yes. Hashtag it, kids. Hashtag it. Make a change.
Perfect.
That's what we need to do. Anyway, no. So round two, in other words, who gave the Oscar-winning voice performance in a Disney film? So, of course, is like kind of an old-timer hearing, and everything's on the table, but it has to be a voiceover performance. You know, also contained within one specific film, as in one specific performance. So, Sandy.
I have Tom Hanks in Toy Story.
You got me some Hanks.
And I have Paige O'Hara in Beauty and the Beast.
Hanky Panky.
Oh, okay, flipping Paige O'Hara.
Hold on one sec, because I'm kind of muting my microphone because I'm having like loud reactions. So when I mute my microphone, you guys don't. Your microphone is muted on the screen, right?
We're not seeing it, T, but thank you for painting the picture for us here. But yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm just to quell my paranoia because honestly, I'm laughing pretty hard at all these comebacks and stuff. So that's why my microphone's.
What I'm not seeing right now is
muted for
the
this.
next image, Tiki. I'm getting a Homer Simpson vibe right now. Can we get some visual?
Oh dear. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about it. Yeah.
Do us what have you. Don't give me anything to do with talking. Okay, there we go.
All right. Sorry about that. All right, moving on.
Okay,
moving on.
opening statement, Sandy.
Tom Hanks in Toy Story. All right, Toy Story was a game changer. I mean, none of us can deny that. Toy Story was an absolute game changer. And Pixar back in these days, they were still a very, kind of mom and pop type studio. They weren't the big company they are today. And getting a big voice actor, even though they had a Disney backing, getting a big voice actor was going to be a bit of a challenge for them. Tom Hanks back in these days, of course, as we all know, was huge. He was one of the biggest names in the industry. He was an even bigger A-list star than he is now. And the fact that they got him in this role, just the idea of getting Tom Hanks and just looking at Woody, examining his character, and realizing that Tom Hanks would be the perfect personality behind this guy, it's just brilliant. It's such a perfect casting, and this is I don't think anybody can deny how perfect this casting is. I mean, Woody, when you look at Woody in the movie, just a picture of Woody, a movie still, you think of Tom Hanks. You think of Tom Hanks's voice. It's impossible to imagine any other voice that goes along with Woody's design, his character, his personality. It's just it can't be done. It matches so perfectly, and his performance. You guys probably read this online, but he cried while performing Woody for the most recent movie. This guy is so dedicated to his role over the past 20 plus years that he is crying while reading the script. I think that is incredibly powerful, and it goes to show just how committed he is to his work in this whole franchise.
Sandy, keep the argument to the original Toy Story, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah, just for future reference.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so I think that the original 91 Beauty and the Beast is one of the greatest movies ever made, period, end of story. But I think that so much of that comes from Paige O'Hara's work as Belle. Belle in general was a game changer. She wasn't designed as the typical pretty princess. She was, she has these little quirks in her design that just you didn't see before in the Disney princess look. And they matched that perfectly with Paige O'Hara's voice. It's so hard to describe, but it's so rich, it's so unique, it's so exquisitely rich that it matches Belle perfectly as not just your average princess, but as someone who is intelligent and who is who knows that she's the smartest person in the room, but despite that is still a very kind and caring individual. And it's just a performance that just hits every nail. And it's a performance that I don't think has been matched in any Disney movie since.
Okay, guys, let's find it out.
Yeah.
I took the first stab last time. You want to lead us off with you this time, Mickeyfan?
Sure. So, I think Tom Hanks's Woody is just kind of a average Tom Hanks performance. Like, he doesn't really do anything to transform his voice into Woody. It's just hearing Tom Hanks, and no doubt it's a great performance, but it's not transformative. And when you have a huge A-lister like that, you need them to make that role transformative. You don't need to hear Tom Hanks's voice coming out of a toy. You need to hear Tom Hanks voicing Woody.
Paige, the only character Paige has ever done is Belle, so it's not like we can recognize her voice from some other live-action movie. Tom Hanks, we all love Tom Hanks, and yeah, we can definitely tell it's Tom Hanks. It's just Tom Hanks kind of doing Tom Hanks, but that's what we love about it, because his real life personality ties in with Woody, and they mesh together and kind of sew together, no pun intended, so perfectly. And yeah, I mean, like I said before, Paige O'Hara, it's the only role she's ever done is playing Belle, in the various Disney properties, but that's all she's done. So I would have to think that argument's not quite as valid as you think it might be.
Well, she's done quite a bit of Broadway. So have to disagree.
But not everybody can see Broadway like they can.
Well, of course, but that doesn't change how she pulls, if you look at interviews with her, she's she's somewhat similar to Belle, but she's decently different, and even her voice is decently different enough that you kind of have you recognize that it is a transformative performance. It is she becomes Belle in that movie. She matches everything perfectly, whereas Tom Hanks is just playing Tom Hanks.
Well, to a certain extent, I mean, when you're casting an animated character, or even a live action character, you wanna look at the person who you're casting, who you're giving this role to, and if it really fits well, then that character will mesh with your own kind of persona. I think this can be said for many animated Disney movie characters and just television characters in general. I think you'll find it's the case very much of the time. Is given the best performances, at least the best performances. You'll find that they all mesh together very well, and I think that's the case with Tom Hanks, is because, like I said before, his own personality. I mean, I don't think he's very much like Woody. I mean, I don't think he's at least in the first one, I don't think he's a kind of a stubborn jackass who wants to kill others, but or at least push them out of windows. But it matches well enough because Tom Hanks he's a genuine, lovable guy. He's got a great voice. He's a great actor and knows how to at the same time do these two things of transforming his own personality into this character while also keeping enough of his own persona to enrich the character, because what you have on the script, it's only so much. You have to bring some of yourself into that character as well, or it's not going to work. You're just reading words on a page, and it can only go so far. You have to bring something more from deep inside of your own psyche.
Well, and of course, that's the nature of voice acting. That's why it's one of the hardest forms of acting to do.
Yeah.
But I just feel like he, in the original Toy Story, it's very much Tom Hanks. He's, of course he's performing, but it's, I never get Woody, in the later films, of course, once he's mastered that, I get Woody. But in that original Toy Story, I never really get Woody. Whereas, in Beauty and the Beast, Belle is
Tiki.
Visual. In Beauty and the Beast, Belle is.
I knew this would happen.
Oh, Maynard.
In Beauty and the Beast, Paige O'Hara as Belle, she's just, from minute one, she is right out of the gate.
Tiki, what are you
Perfect.
doing? Tiki, you're doing the thing still.
Can you hear us, man? What are you doing?
Sorry about this, folks.
Okay, first of all, I didn't do anything. Second of all, I'm trying to get back to it. So let me just.
Sorry, it looks like you heard us, but you're still doing it. I'm sorry.
No, I'm trying to go. Oh my god. Okay. I was trying to go back into the message where the picture is, which is all right. Just continue. Right. I've got it. I've got it covered. Guys. I'm sorry. I literally didn't do anything. I don't know why it.
Well,
dropped.
I mean, technically, you did do something because it needs to be. Look, the point being, just. Okay,
I swear to God, I didn't touch it.
All right.
I'm like the JT of the show.
Okay, Mickeyfan, focus up, buddy. Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
Let's not get too CBN here, okay?
Yeah, so bottom line, Tom Hanks in the original Toy Story, he never really gets to the levels that he does in the sequels. Whereas Paige O'Hara as Belle, from right out of the gate, she is Belle.
I see where you're coming from, Mickey. I think you've said this a number of times here, where she is the character, but I mean, like I said, this is the only character she's done, so that's all we can really associate with. I mean, I don't think you've seen her on Broadway, have you?
I have not.
Okay, so I mean that kind of proves my point there. I mean, this is the only character. This is the only character you know her from.
Monkey
so that
in the
makes sense.
comments, have you seen her on Broadway?
No, I haven't.
No, I'm saying Monkey in the comments, because if anyone has seen her on Broadway, it'd be him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, if he has, let us know if he comments. So Monkey Fan, Mickey Fan, not Monkey Fan.
Oh my God.
Mickey Fan. It makes sense that you tie her so closely with this Disney character.
Well, and that's.
I mean, if anything, I think it'd be more challenging for a big star like Tom Hanks to come in and bring individuality to a specific character than someone like Paige O'Hara, who really has this one character in the entire Disney universe or movie universe to play. It's a lot easier to tie her in with that character than it is Tom Hanks in with Woody, which for many of us, we've grown up tying Tom Hanks in with Woody solely. I mean, that's who many of us think of automatically when we think of Tom Hanks.
Well, I think, I lost the word. I think that, just Tom Hanks is Woody. Like I keep on saying, he never really masters Woody in that first movie. And, of course we don't have anything to compare for Paige O'Hara, but, just because, she is essentially at the time a newcomer, and that's the only thing we can kind of associate with her. That doesn't necessarily discount that, she pulls an Oscar-worthy performance. I mean, you feel every single emotion that she goes through in that movie as Belle. And, I never feel that for Tom Hanks. I never get sucked into his performance like I do with Paige O'Hara.
Well, I think that's all based on individuality. I mean, I think for the majority of the Pixar and Disney loving an animated movie loving population, I think it's probably in the latter where they say, oh yes, Tom Hanks as Woody, that was an excellent performance. I think it's all based on who you talk to. I don't think there are many out there, many Pixar fans who would necessarily agree with you here.
Well, maybe it's just my contrarian nature, but like when I think of Tom Hanks as Woody, I think of Toy Story 3. I think if you were going to have him nominated for any Academy Award for being Woody, it would have been that one, because at that point he has totally mastered it. But like just in that original movie, he's still getting used to it. Whereas Paige O'Hara, just right out of the gate, she is swinging for the fences. You're feeling every single emotion. And especially in voice acting, that is so hard to do. And she just pulls it off with, this expertise.
Oh boy.
All right. Tiki.
Oh, yikes. All right. This was really back and forth, guys, all the way across the board. I feel like this was a lot more even than the last one. I feel like Mickeyfan was very much holding its own here. Because honestly, there's two arguments to be made for this, and I'm really leaning back and forth here, because there's Tom Hanks, who has to he's the big A-lister who has to kind of disappear into the role. But then there's Paige O'Hara, who essentially has to define herself by the role. And man, I honestly don't think the argument that Paige O'Hara hasn't done anything else is really all that valid, because like one good performance can, like, look at someone like James Dean, you know what I mean? Like, like it only takes like a couple performances. So
Heck, Marlon Brando's a star right out of the gate too.
right. So, man, I'm mixed on this. I do think that Sandy had some really good comebacks. I think Sandy's strongest point was honestly the fact that Woody is kind of a jackass in the first movie, and that's not lovable Tom Hanks. But honestly, I feel like the last third of the fight, where Mickeyfan brought Toy Story 3 into the equation, I gotta say that's probably what won it for me, because that was probably the Achilles heel in Sandy choosing Toy Story and not Toy Story 3, was the fact that I think that Tom Hanks does really get a lot more involved the more we go on. So yeah, tough back and forth, but I'm gonna have to give it to Mickeyfan.
I think as far as I see things, like this is actually in one case I think where like Mickeyfan actually, I noticed, like, repeated this, like she is Belle. She repeated that a lot, but he repeated that a lot. But in this case, I think it actually helped in his favor. Like, because, like, as he pointed out, because, like, how hard that, like, because of basically, as he pointed out, and as I'll always defend, how hard voice acting actually can be.
Yeah.
Because,
she defined a character.
Yes, and I think even Toy Story 2 would have been a more interesting pick for Tom Hanks, even.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously, this is the first computer animated movie ever made, and so nobody really knew what they were getting into. And pulling off a performance of those calibers in any of these characters was like a voice acting feat. When, like, as I think but definitely in terms of argument, I think I agree with, like, Mickeyfan's points more. It's like she immediately inhabits the character, like from the moment she walks out and starts singing.
Yeah.
Like she playing, like,
And
Tom
she's
Hanks,
got pipes, man. She's got pipes. I mean, she's singing those songs.
like from the moment she starts singing, then from the first speaking roles, like you could. I mean, you lose. I mean, even if you've seen Paige O'Hara elsewhere, like in Enchanted,
Or in D23 in Monkey's case.
I mean, you immediately, like, just like, oh, that's Belle. You're like, you don't need to know what she's about. Like, it takes it. I think I kind of agree with him, and I mean, I don't personally agree with the whole, like, I don't get him at all, but I think it does take a while for, like, the voicing for you to get to, like, for Tom Hanks to really show his stuff, even in the first Toy Story.
Uh-huh.
I think he's kind of outshined by Tim Allen in that regard in some cases. I mean, that's just me personally talking. I can't really say for sure. I mean, not that Tom Hanks is bad in that movie or anything. I mean, or that Tim Allen is at his best there. But I think in terms of, like, individual performances, I honestly agree with Tiki on this one, in that Mickeyfan, I think, had the stronger argument here.
Okay, it's 2 for Mickeyfan, which means whatever I say, Mickeyfan's going to get the point regardless, but just for good measure. First of all, didn't throw him out the window. Just want to say that. He tried to get him stuck behind the desk. Okay, no, okay, I'm kidding. But, okay, sorry, getting back on point. Look, obviously...
Oh, I'm sorry, Gregan. You would know better than I would anyways. I'm sorry.
Yes, and that's what I'm... Okay, look, here's the point. So, Sandy, I feel Sandy had an excellent opening statement. He did. He kind of made the Kismet argument of, like, Tom Hanks, Woody, it's kind of meant to be, man. It's like, it's just, the stars align. He made that argument early on. I will say there's a very specific moment where I had a bad feeling for Sandy's argument.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
When Mickeyfan made, like, the kind of the average Tom Hanks performance note, but specifically when he said it's not a transformative, basically his performance wasn't a transformative, like, experience or something along those lines. And I feel at that point Sandy should have stood his ground and said, well, what's so wrong with that? That, again, he's basically could have gotten, like, the whole thing about voice acting, where you don't always have to put on a voice. You could you could give yourself, like, the naturalistic approach in the voice and make it your own.
Fair, I do think
he did touch on it, though.
Some of those, yeah,
he did. So again, I want to make it clear, he did touch on it, but I'm saying, I don't think he really got it, like, in that moment, and I think that would have helped him. But yeah.
And also, to be fair, Paige O'Hara kind of does look a lot like Belle too.
Entirely fair. And at the end of the day, really, for me, it amounted to this. While, again, I want to make it clear, guys, the argument was really repetitive on both sides. You guys want to try to avoid that going forward. You got really the same. I heard the same points a lot in this argument.
I'm actually glad you cut her off when you did, because I had nothing else to say.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
Same.
saying. Honestly,
I was
Like I
running out.
And as I said, it kind of worked in Mickey fans' favor this time around.
yes. So honestly, the main thing that separated, kind of called it for me was Mickey Fan. He kind of made points about like like when she's singing from the beginning, just kind of like her how she's putting the emotion on. Basically, I think Mickey Fan talked a little bit more about her in the role than Sandy did. And that would kind of bother me because again, there's a lot of examples you could have given. I think would have helped you with that. Where again, it's like the crate scene, man, like the crate scene, Woody's arc. I mean, there's a lot you can. Tom Hanks bringing that to life. I don't know. That's just
And again, just picking another
Yeah.
Toy Story movie, I think, would have been the key here. I think.
it could have. I'm saying I think he could have won with the first one. I think he still could have won. Yes, another movie might have hatched it. Might have cinched it a little bit more for him. Might give him a little bit more. But still, that first movie I think he could have won, but he didn't. So either way,
Props
Mickey
for
Fan
an,
all across the board.
definitely props for an interesting choice, though.
Yeah.
Absolutely, certainly. Again,
Okay,
two
so
excellent
let's-
choices, no question. All right.
Let's go through the comments. And by the way, it feels good that I can actually have like a conversation in the comments for a change and not worry that I'm distracted. Okay, so Claude Coringa says James Earl Jones in The Lion King and Jodie Benson in The Little Mermaid, two very solid choices.
Oh yeah.
I have a dark horse, guys. What about Eartha Kitt for Emperor's New Groove?
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, she knocked it out of the park with that. Jacob says Jennifer Goodwin as well as Ed Asner.
Yeah.
Asner all the way, man.
And I'm gonna have a dark horse. I think Dragon has probably suggested this before, but Ellen DeGeneres specifically for Finding Dory.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
We talked about it before, haven't we?
Yeah.
I think we
probably
have, yeah.
That's a really
I
good
get-
performance.
I made a comment about this myself in the chat, but I don't know for whatever reason. I think my personal dark horse would be Phil Harris's Baloo.
Phil Harris is
Yeah.
really good, man. He's really good.
I mean, that's another one. That's another kind of like Tom Hanks, where he just brings his own voice to the table, but he does so much with it.
There's some pathos in there, though.
Yeah.
Like the one where he has to, especially like I think the thing that cinches it is like when he's like trying to convince Mowgli to go back to the man village.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All
All right, I
right.
think we should move on to
It's
the next question.
sunrise
Yeah.
now.
All right. Let me check under the Oscar here. I don't know.
Hold
maybe
on,
the-
guys. Hold on 1 second. I have one ridiculous fun fact to share with you regarding this.
Hmm?
So, did you guys know that Disney tried to submit basically every single cast member from The Lion King 2019 for an Oscar?
Get out.
Really?
I'm not kidding. Like there were for your consideration posters made up and everything.
Of all the movies to do for your
It's
consideration
asinine.
for
It's asinine. Absolutely
Where was
asinine.
Endgame's cut? Where was Endgame's campaign? That's my
Right?
question.
yeah.
Right?
Endgame
I mean,
deserved
Dragon, I'm telling like the hyenas were fucking had for your consideration posters.
Successful movie of all time. It couldn't even get at least a nomination.
Yeah.
It got a nomination for visual effects, which it lost.
How does it? It had a Smart Hawk in it. How does it lose? Anyway, sorry. Let me.
All right. Jeez.
Wow.
Anyway.
Okay, I think
Okay.
I think we need to move on before Dragon has another aneurysm.
Oh God.
Okay. So let me check under the old Oscar here. Maybe there's a little coin in the false bottom. Let me see. And it got to. No, it's gum. Sorry, guys. No,
Maybe it's under the.
Oh wait, stuck to the bottom of the gum. It's a coin.
no,
Oh.
still no.
Don't forget Oscar. Maybe we should ask Tony.
God.
Oh, Tony. Okay, no luck. All right. So, all right, moving on to round.
Oh wait, Tony was just.
Oh wait. I'm sorry. One more point that Monkey had about Paige O'Hara. She was in Rhapsody Street Kids Believe in Santa.
Yeah, I saw that. Not count that.
Good for the inner city youth. Okay. Round so, all right. So I don't know about you guys, but you know what? I'm sick of this hostless Oscar trend. I am. You know,
I am too, man. I really am, legitimately.
I propose a solution that no one's talking about. I'm just gonna throw it out there. You know, maybe we make it a beloved Disney character. Who can argue with that? So you know what? Let me phrase it in the form of the question, Alex. So, which animated Disney character should host the Oscars. So any Disney character, kids, any Disney characters on the table. And Sandy, what did you pick?
I picked Sebastian from The Little Mermaid.
All right.
And I picked Genie from Aladdin.
Genie, okay.
No, you picked Genie from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
No, he picked the Rip Torn Genie from a failed movie.
No, Tiggy, pick the Jonathan Banks Genie.
Not,
Oh, God,
not-
yes,
Genies.
it's from my dream of Genie.
Okay, guys. Okay, let's
All
not
right,
get
all
hang
right.
on Genie. All right,
Christ.
let's refocus up here. Okay, Sebastian, ready.
All right.
Opening argument, Sandy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sebastian, I think he's the absolute perfect. I mean, he leads an orchestra. He leads his own orchestra, and that's what the Oscars is. He's leading this colorful orchestration of artists. And I think it's what Sebastian was born to do, was host the Oscars. I mean, how fun is it? You just want to listen to Sebastian forever. He's got that great Jamaican accent. He's this little red guy. He'd be the most adorable thing in a little tuxedo and a bow tie. It's meant to be.
Okay.
And he can open letters really well as with his big picture.
Not
Envelopesmanship.
and not
Okay.
drop them.
All right. So the Genie of the Lamp, not any of those other genies, Genie of the Lamp is a natural showman. He is instantly charismatic. He is witty. He is quick. He is smart. He is everything that you would need in the host of an award show as big as the Oscars. Oh, and as for letter opening, he can just snap his fingers. He doesn't even have to do anything. So,
All right, guys. Fight to the death. Verbally
All right,
speaking.
well, Mickeyfan, I feel like everything you just said. I mean, while you are correct, I mean, and that is convenient. I don't think it adds enough interest. I mean, if I was watching either one of these host the Oscars, I think they'd both be fun. But Sebastian, it'd just be straight up entertaining because things go wrong for this little guy, and we just love him trying to figure out these desperate situations. I mean, what if, imagine this: Sebastian goes to open up one of the letters, and he accidentally snaps in half with his pinchers, and he has to try and fix his mistake live on stage. I mean, stuff like that is just funny. It adds conflict. And while this isn't a movie we're pitching or anything, people like watching conflict, and they like seeing characters solve conflict. And with the Genie, everything would just go so perfectly for him that it just it get to the point where it's not even interesting. It's just kind of fun doing him see these kind of goofy magic tricks. And with Sebastian, it's just it's not like that at all. He's a mortal. He's not some alternate being. So I think it's just as simple as that. It's just a lot more interesting visually to watch Sebastian.
well, you mentioned conflict. I don't watch an award show for conflict. I watch an award show, to see what should be the best, the most deserving recipient win.
But this is an award show. This is an award show hosted by a Disney character, and when you have Disney characters hosting award shows, you're going to want some interest in there.
Well, but even if it is an award show hosted by a Disney character, there's a difference between a fully plotted out performance and an award show. Everything can go wrong for Sebastian, but honestly, I don't want to see that on live TV. I don't want to see a poor little crab get embarrassed. I want to see a highly entertaining, quick-witted, genuinely funny, genuinely charismatic, creature of magic, just, giving his all to give a big tribute to, the Hollywood of that year.
Well, I'm not saying we take pleasure in Sebastian's troubles. I mean, I guess it's kind of what I'm saying, but I'm not saying it'd be morbid or anything. My whole deal is with this is watching Sebastian. Sebastian is a very charismatic guy. He wants to put on a big performance. And the genie would have no trouble at all putting on a big performance because he can do anything he wants. With Sebastian, he has to work for that big performance. He has to work to get your full attention because he's a little guy. And again, that would add a lot of interest. And if I ever was watching a Oscars ceremony hosted by a Disney character, I'd want a large amount of interest thrown in there as well.
Well, I think there's just natural interest in seeing a genie perform. Like, that you don't see that every day. And seeing a genie, giving it his all, putting on a flawless performance, I think, that's naturally something that is super interesting and, something that you pay attention to automatically.
Well, it's like you say, it's just kind of automatic. Where with that, there's no type of. It's like I was talking with before about the best picture. You can look at something and really enjoy it, but you're really is it really making you think? I mean, watching Sebastian live on stage, opening these letters and presenting these actors and directors and writers and cinematographers and effects artists, again, I don't want to keep saying this, but I'll say it one more time. It just adds interest because he really has to work to make everything as the best it can possibly be. Well, and that's all I have to say about Sebastian Dragon.
And Genie, I honestly don't watch an award show to see someone, busting their butt trying to do the best they can. I think it should appear, just effortless and, right off the top of the head. I think that, Sebastian would almost be out of his depth, excuse the pun. But like he would feel, like he was being overwhelmed the entire time, where, Janie, it would just be this effortless perfection that you expect to see from, a tribute to Hollywood.
Really great argument, guys. Much greater improvement from the last round, I feel. Jacob, thoughts?
Well, I think in terms of actual reasoning, don't get me wrong, they both have very interesting picks. I would love to see like a musical tribute, kind of like Sebastian would do. But I think honestly think that Mickeyfan nailed the question a bit more, because you're going on just see a grand tribute, a performance and everything that would honor Hollywood, be funny, and be everything that you would want for a great host. I think the genie would be as a natural fit for that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to see something like Sebastian and all that, but I think he'd be more of a better musical conductor more than an actual. I think he's better suited for the music department rather than the host. Genie. So and in terms of strengths of argument, I still leaning towards Mickeyfan.
Okay, so Jacob's got Mickeyfan. I am voting Sandy because, again, two really solid contenders, obviously. But Sandy, his logic was flawless, man. His logic was fantastic. Made his point. It's not for kind of a mirthlessness that we're I want to see the little crab fail. It's not like that at all. But it's no. But he made the excellent point.
That's actually the same reason why he wanted to see Donald hosting a New Year's party.
Yeah. Basically, the conflict and shenanigans that would ensue, that's an excellent sell, and because you're rooting for the little guy. I absolutely support that line of thought, and so Sandy gets my vote, no question. Diggy, where you come down? It's all on you, man.
All right. I think hands down, I think Mickeyfan got this, honestly.
Okay. Oh, wow.
I think Simba and I think honestly Simba and Claude are being a little harsh because they're both kind of saying that it's fighting an uphill battle.
I mean, I mean, I think Sandy held his ground pretty well.
Oh
What?
yeah, he definitely did.
He did. But I just for me, I just think in terms of the actual question argument of like slip up and it just kind of lost me. It was fan fiction. I don't know, just the question like Mickey thing, the everything of like, yeah, it's a little bit of a safe choice, and I get that, and I'm glad that Sandy did call Mickeyfan on that, but honestly, I just feel as Virgin, like, what got me though? What got me is for literally any given year of the Oscars. He'd be perfect for the pop culture. He'd be perfect for the monologues. And he's a literal magic man. I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know what you want me to say, but I do give points to Sandy for creativity. And I did admire that Sebastian was a deep cut. Yeah. Deep cut.
All right.
But yeah, honestly, I do think I think at the end of the day, like I thought Sandy held his own pretty well at the beginning, but I thought towards the end it just like I really did think it was just like, okay, like Sandy's got kind of like a cute little idea for a one-off award show, like it'd be kind of like a Moonlight La La Land situation, but for a whole award show, it sounds like. And I know that's not what you want to do, Sandy, but it's like that like think of how much chaos that one moment provided for the Oscars and the whole show. I don't know if we're ready for that much chaos. But yeah. All right, so comments. Jacob, hashtag Oscars so Disney.
Yes.
Let's see.
A
Claude
lot of
Kringa
suggestions.
Claude Coringa picked Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast, which was also Jacob's pick. Let's see. Simba and Claude are both into. Okay, I'm just going to read through the suggestions. Jiminy Cricket, Timon and Pumbaa, very solid. Kermit the Frog.
Yes.
That was my first choice.
Kermit did host the Oscars very briefly back in '89.
Yeah. No, if it were up to me, I would do an entire Muppet hosted Oscars. I think that'd be
Yes, that's how you get out of the hole they're in
man.
right now. That's how you do it. All right.
Well,
All right,
maybe-
so Claude says Mickey Mouse hosted the House of Mouse, so he should host the Oscars.
Excellent point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Monkey, in his opinion, says Genie feels more adept for comedic monologues and pop culture references that come with the gig, which I very much agree with.
I'm surprised Mickeyfan didn't make the Billy Crystal argument with Genie, because again, it could have really, the idea of like Billy Crystal was kind of would be a Genie-like host in terms of the kind of the fun factor, but you have magic added to that. But anyway,
All right, three
Too
Caballero.
obvious.
Three Caballeros.
Caballeros. Also, I'm sorry, Simba. This is a little harsh, man. Simba's like, who TF wants to see a crab literally over a magic genie? LOL.
Sandy,
Guy
Sandy, do you need a ambulance to take care of that burn?
No.
Guy gets an E for effort, but was fighting an uphill losing battle.
Oh, that's.
I disagree with that, honestly.
Obviously, I disagree because I voted for him. But
Right.
If
And then, of course-
Dragon votes for me, then hey, I'm actually quite proud because I've got the big man's vote here.
The big man.
God, all right.
Hey,
I love the Flynn Rider
Dragon
suggestion, though.
Game,
Yeah,
right?
Flynn Rider and
yeah.
Mushu.
Flynn Rider definitely would bring some charm.
Oh yeah.
And guys, when we're talking Golden Globes, I think the one and only man for the job is Jack Sparrow. Jack
Well,
Sparrow
we've kinda
needs to
gotten
host
that
the Golden
before.
Globes.
I mean,
Well, we've kind of seen that for a couple of years straight with Ricky Gervais, so kind of a Jack Sparrow type hosting.
All right.
Okay.
So, Coin Dragon,
Envelope me, man.
here.
All right, so let's open up.
Here.
Hey, look, coin. Got a coin. All right. Let's fire it up.
Oh boy.
All right, let's
Okay,
see.
so just to clarify,
Mickey Fan got the point last round. Yep, go on.
This is so Mickey Fan basically gets to flip twice now, right?
Yes, he has the
God.
option of flipping twice. Mickey Fan, do you feel like flipping? You have 2
How many
points right now.
Quick question. How many points are we playing to?
5. We're playing to
5.
5.
All right.
Oh God.
I don't want to risk it.
Okay, well, good news. Fake coin. That wasn't the bonus coin because I just looked here. I just realized, oh God, it's a token. It's a subway token. This isn't the coin.
Oh.
Right.
I was gonna say that would be really terrible if Mickey Fan just flipped heads twice and then won one speed round question.
No, but seriously, folks, this that was. I'm sorry. It was an Oscar level mistake. Wrong coin in the envelope. What I was going for. So,
It's about as much of a mistake. It's as much of a mistake as not having a host.
Oh
Yep.
God.
I
All right.
don't necessarily mind the hostless.
I mean, I think this year they kind of. Well, we don't want. We don't have time for this. No, but all seriously though, here's the mandated coin, folks. We're offering to both contenders now. It's we've reached the end of 3 rounds, which means it's time to offer both of our contestants the option of flipping the coin, the gold coin. So, Sandy, do you want to flip for it?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Gambling man.
Feeling risky tonight.
Because he's a gambling bugging man.
Sandy's got Bupkis now.
Ah, shucks.
Okay, Mickey Fan, do you feel like flipping for it?
I'll flip for it.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Of course, the funny thing
Ooh.
is, had Mick. Oh well, you know. All right. It's gonna go a little anecdote. If it's funny, if he had
I'm gonna
flipped it
check that
before.
coin. I'm gonna check that coin. Make sure it's a real coin.
No, this is the official coin. Like where the hidden coin's the one that you have to inspect thoroughly.
Did Mickey Fan get a positive?
No, he
No,
got a negative.
no.
He lost. He got a tails. He lost.
Oh.
it. So now it's like 1 to
So
0.
it's
It's 1 to
1 to
nothing.
0.
Yeah, it's now 1-0.
Oh boy.
All right, now we're getting to the speed
And the
round.
funny thing is, like I said, if Mickey Fan, if he would have gotten the hidden coin and flipped it twice, he would have gotten 4 points and could have won with 1 speed round question. That would have been crazy.
It would have been.
That would have been a great moment.
Yeah,
in
remember that
sports.
whatever he landed wouldn't have counted though because it was a fake coin.
I know. I'm
Right.
just saying if he would have gotten the real coin.
You're right.
Real
You're
The
right.
winner is La La Land.
All right.
All right. Okay. So time. Okay. So now it's now we enter the speed round. Of course, the way speed round works is you go 30 seconds followed by a 15-second rebuttal. Whoever speaks first goes first, etc. Let's see.
Am I going to need the coin for anything, Dragon?
Well, yes, you're going to need the coin on standby because it's going to be one of the speed round questions.
Okay. That's all
Okay.
you
Remember,
need to know.
guys, it's a race to 5 points.
It's in one of
Okay.
these first. It's in one of the first 2 speedrun questions.
Mhm.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so in the afterglow of Valentine's Day, February, big month, a lot of things happening. In the afterglow of Valentine's Day, who is the best Pixar couple? Or which pair is the best Pixar couple?
Carl and Ellie.
Okay. Mickey Fan's going first with Carl and Ellie.
Ooh.
Carl and Ellie Fredrickson!
Let's see.
Also want to make it clear to the audience, during the speed round, we might turn to you guys to call the round entirely. We're not doing like the 3 judges thing
yeah.
for this. Or make it go by a little.
Let's see.
Make sure you're listening, folks, because you can decide the fate of these 2 schlubs.
Linguini and Colette.
Okay, Linguini and Colette.
Inspired choice.
All right.
All right.
I like Simba Trey's hashtag speed round.
Whenever you start, Mickey Fan, that's when the clock starts.
All right. So Carl and Ellie are just a perfect couple.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh,
Sorry. My bad.
All right. Carl and Ellie are just an absolutely perfect couple. You cannot deny that, they are goals, essentially. They are a loving, committed partnership. They have the same interests, they have the same commonality, but they're different enough that they are constantly able to be doing different things and being able to constantly discover different things about themselves. And that, I think, is where the first 10 minutes of Up is so well liked because of that.
I think we've all kind of been where Linguini and Colette are. Linguini, especially. Let's put ourselves in Linguini's shoes. I think we've all kind of been here, or whether you're male or female, you like this person, but they're kind of a little out of your league, and you know it, but you still really like them. You're not sure how to tell them. I think it's a very relatable type of relationship here, where you really like this person, but you're not sure how to go about it. I feel, Carl, and I feel like that'd be goals, but I feel it's a little too perfect. Shoot.
It's a little too unrealistic. I'll give you that, but I think that that's the reason we love that relationship so much. It's because they are on that level, and you can't deny that it is on that level, and it's so perfect because of that.
I just feel like Linguini is the everyman. I feel like he's someone everyone can relate to. I think it's just as simple as that. This time crunch has kind of got me scrambled here. I'm sorry. Just give it.
I think point goes to Mickeyfan.
Okay, just to clarify though, I love where Sandy was coming from with this argument.
I thought you might.
Had Sandy actually come through and not been tripped up by the time thing, I think he would have easily won it for me. I just want to put that out there.
Honestly,
I liked where he was starting too, but again, he didn't mention Colette at least once. That's kind of a problem.
I honestly think
that is a problem. You're right.
I honestly think that would have been a full-fledged question. He probably would have won.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Even against Carl and Ellie.
All right. Point goes to a Mickeyfan, and all right,
I'm going to put this out there because people are already kind of throwing out some questions in the chat. Dragon, can you pick one of them throughout the show that you like? That just keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So we're not going to do all of them, folks, but by all means, throw out some suggestions, and we'll do whichever one we like the best.
Claude also had a really excellent suggestion.
Like the best.
Claude had an excellent suggestion in relationship, Pixar relationship-wise. Woody and Bo Peep.
That's good. That's good.
There are really a lot of specific. I mean, Mr. and Mrs. Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
a lot of good ones. I mean, you have Flick and Princess Ada.
That's about to ask with that, but that technically counts because they didn't really get couple until the very end of the movie.
Oh, no, they liked each other. There was a bond.
You could say the same thing for
Wally and Eve. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Wally and Eve. That probably would have been my personal pick.
All right.
Any other suggestions in the comments here? Just Woody and Bo Peep?
That's all I see right now. I hear a lot of support for Carl and Ellie. All right. Okay, Tiki, envelope me again.
Here you go, Dragon. Here's the envelope from California to wherever you are.
All right, opening it up, and man, how is it still nothing? Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God, you guys are not gonna believe this. It's on the seal.
Is that a wooden nickel?
No, it's the actual coin, but it's on the little wax seal thing. Here, we got it. Okay, so Mickeyfan, it's your call. You want to flip for it, buddy?
It's 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0. You're the 2.
Correct.
I'll do it.
Oh boy. Ooh.
Heads. Mickey's got 3. Sandy's got Bupkis.
Oh boy. All right, Sandy kind of fighting an uphill battle here. All right, Dragon, are you going to need the coin for any like heads or
No,
tails speed rounds? No. Okay.
We're all good. We're all good.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, let me see. All right, here's an interesting one. In honor of another thing in February, in honor of Groundhog's Day, what Disney movie would be best to be trapped in? Would you want to be trapped in? A la Groundhog's Day, as they have to live the same Disney movie experience every day. Not watching, you have to be in the world. You're a character within the Disney movie, not a name character. You're in the movie. And you gotta live out this Disney movie like every day, just like Bill Murray Groundhog's Day. So that's the question. So, what Disney movie would you prefer to be trapped in?
Tangled.
Okay, Mickey fans got Tangled.
You say in the movie?
Yeah, you're in the movie. Not a named character, but you're in the movie. Like, you're you in the movie.
Like you witness the events, kind of like Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Oh, okay. Just any Disney movie?
Like any Disney movie, yes. Like, well, I was thinking animated, but by all means, for the sake of variety, let's say animated, yeah.
I'm going to go with Enchanted.
Okay.
Enchanted.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
All right. So I think Tangled is, it's just such a great place. It seems like it's such a great place to live. You have this universally beloved royal family who, care about their subjects, who are willingly, who willingly honor their subjects. And, it's always a festive atmosphere. You always feel like something good is going on,
I picked Enchanted just because I thought it'd be really, really fun. I mean, how fun would it be to just be wandering through Central Park? I love New York. I'm from New York. I go back there all the time. And how fun would it be to just be wandering through Central Park and then just suddenly find yourself involved in a huge musical number? That'd be kind of hilarious. How fun would it be to see this like giant fairy tale dragon climbing this high top sky? It's stuff like that where it'd be so fun to witness, and the fact that it's in live action, like, all right, I'm done apparently.
You mentioned all that fun of the fantasy invading reality, but when that fantasy is not invading the reality, you're in reality. It's the same as normal everyday life. In Tangled, you're in a fairy tale kingdom.
Back to what I was saying before, it's just I think it's just a really fun idea. I mean, I think it'd be fun to imagine yourself walking down the sidewalk and like suddenly this like fairy tale princess just starts running around acting like a lunatic. I think it'd be incredibly hilarious to witness. That's just me. I think Tangled would be fun, but it's just.
All right. Okay.
You want to see that, Sandy? Go to Hollywood Boulevard. The Chinese theater.
All right. Okay. I'm going to. Viewing audience, if you'd like to call this one, by all means, Jacob, give me some feedback on this one. We'll see if we get the audience's call on this one.
In all honesty, I think it's strength of argument. I'm gonna go with Sandy, like based on a lot of it's based on like on the personal connection he would have with it. Like, I mean, yes, it's kind of like reality, but it's like a Disneyfied version of reality, and it's still in a way it's kind of a fantasy. Like, it's a fantasy meeting reality kind of thing. So I think I'd go with that one.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go with Mickeyfan because I thought the argument that when you're not in the fairy tale, you're just in real life. I thought that was a knockout punch. I honestly did. I was like, bam, you can't beat that. You can't. There's literally no win. That to me was like the winning argument for me.
You know what? I'm going to go with what the audience says here. I'm just going to just for the sake of like let's put it in the hands of the unknown force here. Let's put it in the sand. Okay, let's. We have two. Tiki, should we go with the first one who chimed in, or should we?
Oh no. Well, okay, Claude. Do you mean that Enchanted won? I think Claude means that he won.
According to Simba Trey, though, he lost.
Oh God. Oh no. Oh. Okay, Monkey. What do you think? You're in the comments, Monkey. Please break the tie.
All right,
Power's
fine.
on
Whoever
you.
the next,
Power's
okay,
on you, Monkey.
okay, fine. Whatever Monkey said, whoever Monkey rules for is going to get the point because we have it'll be like a 2-1 against Sandy losing. But okay, Enchanted won. Oh, Claude Karinga, yeah. Well, yeah, obviously Claude saying.
yeah. Oh God, Monkey, please break the tie.
Read some comments of some other suggestions.
Okay.
We give him a minute here. Okay.
Klakaringa did suggest Peter Pan.
Yes, Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Let's see. I want to see Glomgold. I want to see what Glomgold would do with the Oscars. Not suggesting for you to something to debate, just saying it would be funny. Says Monkey.
He would try to steal all the Oscars.
You would.
Then he'd realize they're not actually made of gold.
That'd be hysterical.
I love Claude Karinga's suggestion of a Goofy movie. He wants to be in the standout and eye-to-eye scenes. Yes, please. That's what I'm talking about.
And Monkey voted for Enchanted.
And
Right.
and Symmetry, Symmetry also said Enchanted. Apparently, again went back. All right, awesome. Okay, Sandy gets the point.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Thanks.
Hey, it's three Mickeyfan, one
Wait, so
Sandy,
that point is for Enchanted then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, a snap. Okay.
which was you.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Here's one Tiki and I are rather eager to get to. He knows what it is.
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay.
Okay.
Got to get this one in here. Okay. So considering Quentin Tarantino was one film away from his quote unquote retirement, and given remember he enjoys taking old icons and giving kind of these star making kind of returns to the screen. Which Muppet should star in Quentin Tarantino's last films? And Tarantino's making a movie starring a Muppet
Oh no.
as his last movie, just to show that Tarantino can do anything. And remember, Tarantino does like the Muppets. We've seen this in that Wizard of Oz thing. He was in that movie. He loved working with the Muppets.
Oh.
Can you rephrase that, Dragon? What was this question?
Which Muppet should star in Quentin Tarantino's last film?
I don't quite understand the question. Can you kind of rephrase it?
Which? Okay, Tarantino is doing one more movie.
Yes,
right?
Dragon. Yes, I'm trolling you now.
Even I picked up on that, and I'm usually not good at picking up troll stuff.
Right.
I'm gonna go very obscure,
Oh God.
and I'm gonna say Tamanella Grindelwald.
I have no idea who that is. Sandy, do you know who that is?
Don't just look it up.
How do you? I don't even know how to spell that.
She was in the Frog Prince adaptation.
Oh,
the frog
okay.
thing,
I don't know.
Come
think
on,
she
there's
was
a little more name than that. Just a little.
Come on.
Just a little more.
I know the name.
Like, how do you spell it?
We're quoting Tim Allen now. How do you spell
I
that?
mean, I respect the deep cut, but
Taminella.
no, come on, Mickeyfan, just do someone else.
just let's go just a little more, like a smidge.
Thinking about that.
What?
Okay, apparently I found it on the Muppet Wiki.
Jacob, hold it.
All right, I'm gonna go obscure too. Okay,
Oh God.
I'm gonna go with Clifford from Muppets Tonight.
Okay.
You see, that's more like reasonable obscure to me, I think, honestly.
Sandy's got Clifford Mickeyfan. Come on, give me something here, man.
All right. Give me a second.
I mean, obscure, just not Wikipedia obscure.
Found. See, this is Tamanella Grindelwald, or Grindelwald.
Wait, who? Where?
I'm sharing the image.
No, you're not. Hold on, Jacob. I'm
Dude, I
sorry.
don't mean to speak against you. I think you would know.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, I know he's sharing the image. I'm not. It's not on screen.
Maybe a little too obscure.
Yeah.
yeah.
It'd be interesting though.
I don't think you actually want to make a fan. I think you just wanted to show off your obscure knowledge.
No, I would actually like to see it. I would like to see if they can pull it off. But
Okay, I don't think there's much character substance there, but all right.
Well, hold on. Let's okay. Are you,
Well, let's save it for the debate.
Wait, do we actually want to go with it? Sandy, are you okay? Doing it?
I am okay going up against that. Yes.
okay, look, Mickeyfan. I need verbal confirmation here. Do you want to go with this Grindelwald character?
let's do this. I'm probably
Okay, Grindelwald it is, man.
Let's do this.
Oh God! Oh God!
Just for the record, Monkey suggested Swedish Chef, but now all the bets are closed.
That would have
there,
been my
folks.
choice too.
All bets are closed.
Gonzo would have been a good pick, honestly.
Yeah. Too late. All right.
Although to be fair, I did pick Gonzo for Christopher Nolan.
That'd be great.
Big mean Carl, man. Big mean Carl.
Okay.
Sweet him.
All right. Literally any Muppet character could work, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sandy, you go first.
No. Mickeyfan goes first.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. We did this all like back all the way around.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So if Quentin Tarantino is actually going to be retiring, I think that he should go out doing something that he has never done before and do this dark, violent fantasy
Oh my
and
god.
center it around this evil witch who would do anything to just absolutely ruin anything she comes across. I think it'd be brilliant. I think it'd be dark. I think it'd be horrifying. And all with Muppets, it would be brilliant.
Oh, there's a man that doesn't even need the full 30 seconds.
Okay. People know Clifford. People want to see Clifford. Fans really, really, really want to see Clifford come back. He was played by Kevin Clash, who unfortunately is no longer with the Muppets, so they'd have to recast him, but he is a really, really fun character. He is very much, I think he'd be a really great Jules Winfield, Samuel Jackson type. I think he would play a role like that very, very well. Yeah, it assembles that. I mean, imagine him with Johnny Fiamma in a movie like Pulp Fiction. That'd be absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, but I really don't want Quentin Tarantino's last film to be, just a retread of everything he's done before. I think, for all of his many flaws, I think that he is, an extremely creative film director, and I would want him to go out doing something totally original.
I don't want to see a Quentin Tarantino film about the female version of Grimace from McDonald's. Okay, I'd rather not see that. I really don't think this is a very valid representation of the Muppets, and it certainly is not a valid representation of Quentin Tarantino or his work. Clifford,
All right.
Sandy.
I better not freaking lose this.
Well,
Yeah,
hold
I
on,
think
hold
in all
on.
good faith.
No, just to entertain it. No, look, seriously though, a Mickey fan, he did have an interesting pitch of the whole.
He had an interesting pitch, but it didn't feel like a Quentin Tarantino movie or a Muppet movie. It felt like a Japanese horror movie or something.
That more like David Lynch directing The Dark Crystal. mean, am I wrong?
Man, I think that I mean, I do think that. I'm sorry, Jacob. Did you have a point? I'm sorry.
Like I said, it sounded like his pitch is more like David Lynch directing The Dark Crystal.
It probably
Right.
was a bit more like that, but
Oh God.
you wouldn't want to see that.
No, not entirely. No, not really.
Look, I'm gonna rule here.
I
gonna
got to
rule that we
admit,
give-
I'm not a big Dark Crystal guy. It's a little too heady for me.
Wait, did you finish the show yet?
I know. I never did. That's the thing. It's too dense.
And I've never even watched any of it, but I
I
know
respect the puppetry. I respect the heck out of the puppetry.
I mean, I never even watched the movie, but I know the basics.
Yeah. Also,
Right,
I love monkeys. The female grimace joke may have made my night. And honestly, that was like kind of like the pizzazz I was looking for with the argument. I kind of agree.
But he's yeah, I mean, I honestly have to go with Sandy on this one. It's like playing more to Quentin Tarantino's and the Muppet strengths. Like, I mean, you could definitely play Clifford's character in that kind of thing. Like, sure, an obscure pick. That was definitely an interesting obscure pick, but as they pointed out, it doesn't really fit with Tarantino's style because he's usually more grounded in reality. And like in the films he's directed, at least he's more grounded in reality. Nor with the Muppets, like who are more focused on slapstick comedy.
Now,
Now,
do bear in mind, he has flirted with doing a Star Trek movie, so take it with a grain of salt. So,
And you know what?
I hear you,
I do respect the sentiment that Mickey
Well,
Fan laid out about how he doesn't want his last film to be just a retread of different Tarantino elements. Like, I respect that.
And the Star Trek movie he just write. I don't think he'd actually direct it.
I know. I'm just saying, like, it was talk of it,
He said he's only going to direct 10 movies. He didn't say he was going to not write anymore.
Right. Okay, so all right, so point being, the point goes to Sandy. Right now, it's 2-3. And a little fun fact, remember on the Muppet Wizard of Oz, there's some supplemental material where not only did Tarantino appear in the movie, but they had him for like a little interview with Pepe. And what's so great about this is that he was joking, mind you, basically when he was originally casting Pulp Fiction, and they have like a Photoshop of this, which is quite hilarious, of Rolf the dog and the Swedish chef essentially as the Jules and.
I've seen that poster. That poster's on T-shirts and stuff. I've seen that.
But again, it did come from. Tarantino approved. Okay.
Dragon.
Right.
What about in The Wizard of Oz when Tarantino's literally pitching to Kermit like some busty vixen movie?
I think that'd be a good movie. Okay.
Okay.
That's all
All
I
right.
have to say.
It proves okay.
All right. Okay. Here's one. Considering the upcoming Pixar film and the hype around kind of the emotional gut punch of it all with Onward, just while we're thinking about emotional gut punches and kind of what Pixar does best, what is the best ending to a Pixar film? Which Pixar film is the best ending?
Big one.
Gee. Can we go back to the Muppets? This is too hard. They're all so good.
I'm saying you can't miss.
Ratatouille.
Good one.
All right.
Fellow man of culture, I see.
I respect that.
I am on record as saying Ratatouille is the best Pixar movie.
It is a great one.
I think
Not
that's
the best for me, but it's a great one.
I think that I think others are subjective or objectively better, but I think subjectively that's probably my personal favorite.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
I want to say this to the audience, if they're still there after all of our Muppet ramblings.
Ratatouille speaks to me on a food level.
Folks, I'm going to look to you for this round. Ideally, you guys are going to call this round. Okay, so pay special attention. Sandy.
I'm gonna go with The Incredibles.
Okay, Incredibles.
2004, not the new one.
Yeah, well, he could. It's on Incredibles too, so yeah, it would have to be The Incredibles, Sandy. Yes. No, we got you. Okay.
I'm going with The Incredibles also. Just kidding. Sorry.
All right. So, Ratatouille is, this it's this moment in time, and I think that the ending encapsulates that perfectly. Of it's a bit in the future. It's Remy telling his story. It's he's set up his restaurant. His life is in order. It's the perfect ending. You get what you want from Ratatouille.
With The Incredibles, the ending, it's not exactly like other Pixar endings. I mean, this movie kind of ends on a kind of what you could say a generic superhero ending, but the fact that what the ending of this movie, and just this movie is so good, what the ending just catapulted this entire just phenomenon, fascination for a second Incredibles movie, and whether or not the second movie, the what we got was up to our standards, but just how it jump started that entire desire for a second movie. That's what any movie should do.
I just have to disagree with you there, because if if a movie leaves me wanting more, I don't think it did its job. Ratatouille, it ends on such a perfect note. I don't need to see more. I got everything I want out of it.
Let me just process that once I don't time me. Well, with The Incredibles too, I mean, I kind of disagree with you, but I kind of do agree with you. But with The Incredibles, it's not like it's not like Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, where it leaves at this super just kind of obscure cliffhanger. No, it ends on a really like it could end there, but it also could not. So they leave it open, and obviously people really. Oh, I'm done. Okay.
For personal, I think I would have chosen Up for mine.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm surprised no one picked a Toy Story movie, honestly. If I'm telling the truth, I'd be tempted to go with Toy Story 4.
How could you not go with Toy Story 4, man? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's hard between Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 4, but
True.
It's like So Long, Partner, or To Infinity and Beyond.
exactly.
Don't start with that, man. Don't.
Oh, God.
It's just a house.
Oh God, this is really hard. What do you guys think? Comments? Anyone in the comments?
Folks, I'm going to let you call the round right now. Whoever goes first, they can call the round on this.
Oh
man.
God. Because
Let's just go over some early suggestions here for a second. Monkey, I believe, suggested Monsters Inc. With the whole Boo ending, the bye Boo end, which of course Forky.
that's another really good one.
Forky asked the question. Has really got a lot of mileage out of that ending, by the way.
Pixar really nails their endings.
They do.
Yeah,
They do.
for the most part.
Coco. I just thought of Coco.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we have
man.
a ruling. We have a ruling. Simba Trey has called it.
Yeah,
Iggy, what does Simba Trey say?
He called for Ratatouille.
Well, still counts.
Sandy, I feel like if you would have done something more with the cliffhanger, if you would have like kind of used the cliffhanger as like a jump start into a deeper theme, like like what I wanted more of was kind of like the whole idea of like it's a cliffhanger, but the important thing is that they're fighting as a unit. They're a family and they're putting on the mask together. If you would have hit that, I think Sandy would have won. Can we all agree to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I'm circling that. Sure. Okay, so we're gonna go Claude Coringa's question from earlier. Okay, here's an audience question. Okay, Claude's just a really fun one here. Which Disney character would you like to switch bodies with?
Oh.
What?
We're doing the body switch question, folks. I know.
Oh.
We're
Body
going there.
switch, body switch.
The oldest cliche in television, but it's so fun.
Like for as long as we want, or for a day, or what?
Whatever. I mean, let's just say for whatever you want the parameters to be. You can so you're switching bodies with the guy. Like, you don't have to worry about it. Just like I'm going to switch bodies with this guy. I don't have to worry about going back to my own body. Or maybe you want to go back in 24 hours. You have body swap.
I'm gonna go with Genie from Aladdin.
Damn it.
Sandy's got phenomenal cosmic power.
Itty bitty living space. That's actually my pick, actually. That's actually who I would have gone with.
Mickey
How about
fan.
Genie with his
Oh.
white shirt and his goofy hat? So Genie when he's not stuck in the lamp.
So again, maybe not phenomenal cosmic power then, but
Semi good.
Yeah,
Cosmic
semi.
power.
Phenomenal cosmic power.
reasonable living space.
I would want to be
Nearly,
in the body.
nearly phenomenal.
You've got an apartment in Chicago. I think he's good.
Nearly phenomenal. Semi cosmic.
Oh, who would I want to switch with? So would I would have all of their abilities?
Well, yeah.
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 I'm gonna say fairy godmother.
From Cinderella.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you just so I know, is it like the 2015 or is it the animated? Just for
Animated.
I would
okay.
hope the animated one.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. I
mean-
was just curious.
Don't get me wrong. I love the remake. That's one of the few remakes.
I know
that
that's why I was
actually
asking.
like,
Because I know
but
you like the remake. That's why I was. But fine, just whatever you want.
No, the animated version.
Okay.
All right. Sunday.
I think all of us would want to be Genie for any given amount of time, even for what, a couple minutes. I mean, we're talking about phenomenal cosmic power here. I mean, the Genie can do anything. He can create an endless amount of pepperoni pizzas. I mean, this guy you can do anything you want. The possibilities are endless. You can do anything. You can go anywhere you want. You can create anything you want. You can turn yourself into whatever you want. I mean, just
I don't know. Maybe it's just that really, really, really kind person side of me. But going about the universe and helping people who are good and finally deserve to be rewarded for that goodness, despite it not being rewarded. I think that would just be wonderful to do for a day, and to have that power. Give it to me. Give it to me now.
well, you're talking more about personality, and this is more about the physical manifestation of that character. And Genie, he's a physical manifestation of whatever. Fairy Godmother's a physical manifestation of like a 75-year-old woman in a robe. Doesn't quite match up.
I honestly wouldn't mind being a badass grandma for a day. Like, I really wouldn't. Like, I think it'd just be fun to go around helping people, and using that power for something more than infinite pepperoni pizzas.
I don't know.
Okay, can I just say the infinite pepperoni pizzas thing is not a good sell for me?
That is
I'm
an
sure
excellent sell for me. I gotta be honest. That doesn't help any bearing on his argument. I would say, you make all
I mean,
infinite
hey, it's a
pepperoni pizza. Really
possibility.
cool.
No, I mean, it doesn't affect the argument, but it definitely sounds like it. I mean, it doesn't have to be all at once. You can just if you're gonna live
Yeah,
forever.
that's what I'm saying. You never have to pay for a pizza in your life. That's amazing.
All right, well, that's the thing. When I heard infinite, I imagined like a huge stack of pepperoni pizzas. And I was
Mickey,
like,
a friend
that's-
like me is
No,
mainly
he
like an
needs it.
advertisement, right?
It's
And
the
they're not going to
leaning
be stuck
power
with that forever.
It's the leaning power of cheese of pizza.
I think I'd go
Oh,
with
man.
if it were me, I think I might go Buzz Lightyear Starkman, but the animated one,
like-
the in the universe show.
oh, that's a good one. I like Claude's suggestion of Scrooge McDuck.
Dive in the money bin.
Yeah, exactly.
An excellent suggestion.
Oh man, okay. Holy boy, what do you guys think?
Well, this is an interesting one for sure. I mean, I know I'm coming down with based on the argument.
I mean, for me, personally, based on the strength of argument, I think I'm going with Sandy.
Yeah, me too. Okay, we're gonna go. I'd say we go with Sandy.
I would say so too, just because like for me, I think honestly, I just think like the fairy godmother is just kind of like a more basic power set compared to the genie, and that's where it kind of came down. Like the genie is just like so much more like vivid compared to like what the fairy godmother do. I like the helping people and the nice thing, but like Sandy said, it's more about personality.
I mean, technically, Genie also did help people.
Yeah.
He did. I would like to echo Monkey's sentiment there about the whole helping people reasoning, which is quite nice.
So I gotta go pretty soon.
All right. Okay. Well.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, if
we
Mickeyfan
have
wins this
we have
next
been going
one.
pretty long.
So Mickeyfan wins this one.
No. If he does, no,
Oh.
you won this one. It's 3-4 right now.
Oh God. All right. Just no dilly dallying. Let's
All
get on
right.
with it.
Fine.
Well, I just gotta go run and do something really quick. It's gonna take like 60 seconds. If I can do that and then come back, we'll be fine.
Oh yeah, sure.
You could have
By
led
all
with
means.
that.
I know it sounded like you had to like sign off soon.
No.
I was like in panic mode. Yeah, by all means, go ahead.
And now a word from our sponsors.
All right,
Tiki,
so
advertise Black History Month, would you?
Well, yeah, folks, that's right. If you like Star Wars and you're into culture and history and significance of characters and all that, and nitty gritty conversation on sort of like layered details on these characters that we all know and love, boy, Black History Heroes coming this Sunday after Finn representing the sequel trilogy and Mace Windu representing the prequel trilogy. We've got the man, the myth, the legend, the Colt 45 that started it all, boy. That's right. We've got the Lando Calrissian retrospective podcast. That should be a lot of fun. We're talking Solo. We're talking Star Wars Rebels. Of course, we're talking the original trilogy. We're going to wax poetic about how cool it was when he blew up the second Death Star. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
With that other guy.
All right. Also, Simba Trey says he sold me with Genie's Infinite Pizzas. Just to explain it, guys, I am to a point in my life with my body where pizza just does not agree with me. Like the last 5 pizzas I've tried to eat, I've gotten terrible indigestion from. It's awful. But yeah, the Infinite Pizzas. That's why for me personally, it sounds terrible.
All right.
Well, think you could conjure up a pizza that doesn't affect your indigestion.
Maybe
Got you there,
California
Magic
Pizza
Pizza.
Kitchen.
Hard to beat
California
Magic
Pizza
Pizza.
Kitchen, maybe. All right.
Okay, so we're back, right? We're back.
Sunday?
I guess not.
Sandy, hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
Okay.
are we back? Are we good? I guess just give
Yeah, we're good. We're good. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
I wouldn't.
We should probably like try and speed this up.
I know.
because,
I'm aware.
you know,
Let's.
we're
I want
veering
to
on
dive
2
right
hours
into it.
here.
That's what we're trying to do.
Okay.
And
sorry.
I wouldn't suggest egging Dragon on any more than he already is, though.
Okay. All right. Here's a question from Monkey. Which Disney song should be used for an in memoriam segment?
Oh man.
Remember me.
Okay.
Try to say it again.
Remember me.
Which Disney song? No, not.
Oh.
Oh wait, no. Never mind. He's got it.
Which Disney song? What?
Which
Should we use
Disney
for the-
song should be used for the in memoriam segment?
At the Oscars.
Yes.
There. Now, what segment is that? Because what's the sound? I'm not familiar with
The dead
Are
people.
you kidding me?
I'm sorry, I'm just not familiar with that title.
When,
The
It's
segment
when
with
it-
all the dead people,
it's when
Sandy.
they-
The ones, the in memoriam. They're very sad, very mournful, playing a little song during it.
when
The
they
dead
remember,
people.
when they remember the people that died in the previous year.
Yes.
Oh, how
In
about
the
friend,
industry.
how about friend like me then?
Okay.
Okay. Don't do that.
Too late. No, we're going with it.
Is it really too late?
Yeah, it's too late. Okay,
Okay,
so
No.
you said we're on a time crunch.
Sandy, okay, Sandy, I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to come up with a legitimate answer, or else you have to do friend like me, all right? Ready? Go. 5 seconds,
Feed the
Sandy.
birds. Feed the birds. Feed the birds.
Feed the birds.
All right,
Okay,
all right,
okay.
feed the birds.
Good. You see, it wasn't that hard.
Oh God.
Just have to press the boy.
This is why Sandy. This is why I suggested not egg dragon on.
Well, I wasn't trying to, I'm sorry.
I'm just picturing freaking friend like me.
Dark humor.
All right.
Now I want to do like a sad piano cover of friend like me.
That's crossing the line and crossing it twice.
Let's rein it in. Let's rein it in. Again, this is a song about dead people, so a little respect.
All right. All right, we good?
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. So, Remember Me is just the absolute perfect song for an in memoriam, just because it's all about remembering the times and remembering the things that you hold on to when someone is gone, whether that be gone by distance or gone by death. And I think that the in memoriam section is it's just all about memories, honestly.
Well, Feed the Birds is, of course, as we all know, it's a very emotional song, especially to the Disney legacy and Walt Disney. That was something that was very near and dear to his heart. And not just to go off that, but it's a very emotional song. It's a very touching song. It's a very moving song, and of course, it's sung by the lovely Julie Andrews, who just has a marvelous singing voice you can just listen to all day long. It sounds great on the piano too. If it was going to be an instrumental piece.
Yeah, but just because Feed the Birds has emotion behind it doesn't mean that it necessarily has the correct emotion. Like, it's a song about generosity and kindness, but I don't think that's exactly the song you sing when you're honoring a bunch of people that have passed on in the past year.
Feed the birds, tuppence, 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 the bag.
Mickeyfan wins, everybody. Mickeyfan wins. Congratulations, Mickeyfan. How does it feel? You're moving on to the next round.
Now that is not practically perfect in every way.
Hey, feels good. It feels
Right,
good.
in all argue, like we have to agree, right? Like Sandy just broke down, like
I got him.
win, right, by default.
Yeah, Sandy crumpled like wet toilet paper.
I got him.
You could just fear his voice breaking.
Yep, we're all very sad and disappointed, yes.
Hey, I held through long enough, right?
You did, well.
I feel like Sandy did really, really good in the main questions, but
He
then
did.
like the speed rounds kind
He
of got
just
the
threw
better
it
of him.
away. Just threw
I
it
mean,
away.
I'm kind of the opposite in that regard, because sometimes, like, even when I'm prepared, I falter on the main questions, but I usually like zip through the speed rounds like nobody's business.
True.
I mean, that's
True.
basically what I did.
Mm-hmm.
I skimped out those main question wins.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the Mary Poppins song that makes more sense for a funeral or an in memoriam would be Where the Lost Things Go. Just to kind of like, just cram that Mary Poppins Returns fanboyism up your guys' throats more. Because I am the
I
biggest
thought of a
Mary
good one.
Poppins.
I
I'm the biggest. Sorry, Jacob. Sorry.
He Lives in You would have been an interesting one.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, well, gender neutral, but
I know, but that's why I
They
said
Live in You?
I said interesting, not exactly correct.
It fits the rhyme scheme. They live in you. Gender neutral.
I mean, technically, there was a song in the Broadway version called "They Live in You," so it would have worked.
All right.
All right, well, that brings us to a close. And again, reminder, folks, again, for kind of for the trials of the Hyperion, the big event we're doing. Mickeyfan advances, which means Mickeyfan is going to go up against whoever wins the next Disney debate, which is next month.
The next one's going to be between myself and Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, interesting. Should be good.
I look forward to fighting you, Mickey fan.
Guys, we were on fire in the comments. Also, just got to give it up to Monkey, Simba Trey, and Claude Coringa. All three of you. They love the comments this time around. Very interactive show. It felt like we were a real for real broadcast or something.
Very fun.
All right.
Well, that does it, folks. Thanks for tuning in on the star-studded event, and we'll see you as the trials go on.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
Yeah, the Oscar goes to Mickey fan.
Yeah, that was a good time, guys.
I-
And thanks to everyone in the comments for tuning in. That was great.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
They're the real winners.
Will Alibaba had them 40 thieves. Shindrazadi had 1,000 tails.
Like me.
Oh, master, you're in luck. Press up your sleeves. All right, I'm done.
This is just sad. This is all just sad.